Welcome back to Southern Unscripted. I'm your host, Sarah, where we talk a little heart, a little hustle, and a lot of laughs. And I hope that's exactly what it's been for you guys, because here we are, episode 11. Before we get into it, if you're watching on a video and I look like dog shit, I'm sorry. I just microneedled my face yesterday, and I'm not allowed to wear makeup for 48 hours. So you get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. New setup here. I got a new computer. We upgraded to the new iPhone. I've got all these new electronics and I'm so freaking excited about it. But anyways, so episode 11, we're going to do a lot of reflecting. I'm actually happy and excited that we made it this far. There's some days where I'm just like, okay, when do we stop? I really don't know. But just make sure if you're enjoying what you see, please give me your feedback. And most importantly, share this with the world, share it on your social medias, share it wherever you can to a friend, through a text, however that looks for you. That way we can really grow our pages and kind of know where we're headed as far as, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Just share the shit, okay? All right. So before I do some reflecting, I just kind of want to touch on something real quick. The world's been heavy the last 2 weeks. I'm not really sure how far out this will air compared to the 2 weeks that I've been experiencing. But I do want to say, if you haven't watched Erica Kirk's speech during the memorial, and look, this is not political. I hate politics. I think politics is evil. Can't stand it. My husband knows, don't talk about it. I really, sadly, don't even know what's going on in the world. And that's okay because it brings me peace. I don't need to know. I'm one of those worried moms that if I get involved, it affects my mood. It affects how I show up. And it's something that I can't control. So I just like to stay completely out of it. But what I do like to see is love and kindness and growth. And when all this stuff was going down, there was one thing that she said on a post that really shocked the heck out of me. And it was, her first sentence when all this went down was, "The world is so evil, but my God is so good." That kind of like, it stuck me. So at that moment, I didn't know who she was, never heard of her, never seen her. She's beautiful, by the way. So then I started digging into her, and like, she spoke on many stages of Elena Cardone, who I love. Elena Cardone. Look, when it comes to business and thriving and growth, I'm in. I love anything that can help me individually. This has nothing to do with people and communities and whatever. I like to grow. And there's a lot of things that Elena Cardone says that I love. So I'm like, oh, so she's on that level. So then I was very intrigued. And when then they said they were doing the memorial thing, I told my husband, I was like, I really just want to watch her speech. It's the only thing I want to watch. I want to watch her speech. So she comes on, and I've never seen or been so inspired by a woman who has so much wisdom, strength, and like, I'm trying not to cry, but whenever she basically forgave this man who murdered her husband, 2 weeks ago, I don't even know if it was less than 2 weeks, and she can out loud say, "I forgive him." Now, I know saying "I forgive him" doesn't like, it's not like a night and day thing. It's an action. It's a thing you have to practice in order to forgive somebody. But something that I have practiced for so many years because of all the things that I have gone through was forgiveness. And I thought that I was in a peaceful place, being able to forgive people. And this may sound so minute, but like, if I argued with my sister, I can forgive her. If I argued with a friend, I could forgive them. Like, I know it sounds so minute compared to what she's going through. But when I saw that, it was so powerful, because like, people don't know this about me, but about a year and a half ago, I went through something that was really traumatizing. And I one, this made me realize my issues are so nothing compared to what she's going through. And she's still so powerful enough to forgive and have grace and love. Like, it was just so touching. And it made me realize, and I know that a lot of people can relate, we as humans carry anger in our heart. We do. And it made me realize that I need to work on that. Like, I need to work on not having anger towards anyone, and letting those things just kind of brush off my shoulder. And it also opened my eyes to, like, maybe I'm not close enough with God, or maybe, and like whatever your beliefs are, it's fine. I've practiced just about anything. I don't really discriminate. I grew up Catholic. When I was a kid, one of my good friends was Pentecostal, and I went to their church, and I was open, and I seen some weird things over there. Not like bad weird. It was just the way they practice things weird, because that's not what I was used to seeing in the Catholic church. I've attended a Baptist church. I've attended Christian churches. So, like, I never really discriminate. I know that there's, one God that we all pray to. But it's just kind of making me realize, you can go to church every Sunday, but it's completely different than actually being connected and committed to your faith. And this woman opened my eyes to, like, maybe I am missing more in that department. And me being the student that I am, and always open to growing and being a better version of myself, I'm inspired. I'm inspired to maybe try to fill that puzzle piece that might be missing, because, I work really hard for all the things that I have, but I always feel like there's something missing. Well, maybe that's the thing. And it really inspired me to want to serve my husband better. It inspired me to want to be present more with my kids. It inspired me to maybe really choosing a day to disconnect from the world and turn the phone off and, like, just be still with my family. And we only get one life. Oh my God, I'm going to get emotional. I can't do this. This is not even what today's about. But I just want to touch on it, because it's like, it tugs at my heart to want to speak about certain things that I feel, but I also have a fear of not speaking about these things, because, oh my God, I've had a season in my life where I wasn't accepted. And so I never want to make anyone feel they're not welcomed here. I welcome all men, all women, of all kinds, of all color. And I don't ever want to talk about something that they may not believe in and it turn them away, because they're all welcome here. Oh my God, why am I doing this? This was not supposed to happen today. But it's tugging at my heart. It's tugging at my heart. And I've been delaying on filming, because I'm like, I can't talk about this. I can't talk about this because I don't want to turn people away. And I don't want to make people feel like this isn't a safe place, or, give someone the ick, because that's not my intentions. But if I can be a person that is open to growing and looking at things, something as simple as getting closer to God, then I think everyone should be open to that. And if you are that person that you see, you want to be bold. There's someone in a friend group and she's just trying to be bold. And it's like, there's a way you can be bold, and there's a way that you can stand up for the things that you believe in. But delivery is so important. And if you see someone casting hate towards someone because of their beliefs, that doesn't give you the right to do the same thing. But the best thing that you can do is pray for them. And again, if you are not religious and you don't pray to God, praying could look like just wishing someone well. I hope that they can find happiness. I hope that they can find peace. I hope that they can, let go of the anger that they carry, because you don't know what someone's been through. If someone has hate towards something, it's just a reflection of like what they've been through and the pain that they carry. So give more people grace, even the ones who are angry. And the change starts with you. Like, what's so crazy is, to me, everyone's just this has changed my marriage, but like everyone tries to point the fingers like, well, you this and you that, instead of like, look in the mirror. But what about you? What are you doing to change? What are you doing to make yourself heal? Not trying to go on a tangent, but it's just been tugging on my heart, and like I'm so moved by it that I was like, you know what? I'm going to touch on it. I did not mean to cry. God, so not Sarah. Anyways, that was not supposed to happen. Okay, let's get into it. Well, Sarah's being vulnerable today, and now you know that I'm a real human. Okay, so let's just look back into episodes 1 through 10. I'm kind of just going to give you some of my favorites. But I would love to hear from y'all, just to respond. And if you're listening to this on like Apple or Spotify, there should be a button right when you first open it that you can just, where it says like write feedback, thoughts. I don't even know what it says. I wrote it so long, but click it, and please give me your feedback. Give me anything, any thoughts, anything that you want to say, even if you're listening to the podcast and you want to chat back with me, because a lot of people are telling me when they listen to it, they're like talking to me as if I'm in front of them. Click the button and talk to me as if I'm in front of you. So my first episode. So my favorite episodes. Honestly, every time I do another, that most previous one becomes my favorite, because I feel like, and if you've been listening since the very beginning, you can notice how my structure, my flow, my conversations have gotten better. And I feel that. So like my last two guests, my husband and my sister, ironically, which I feel the most comfortable with them, so maybe that plays a role in it, felt more like a conversation rather than like an interview. So those would probably be my favorite guests. But as far as like my favorite one, probably the last two guests. I'll just stick to that. I don't know if I love being alone, but sometimes it's hard to find people who want to come chat real quick with me. You know what I mean? I'm still learning people out here, but I'm actually have some amazing women in the upcoming lineup that is going to be extremely valuable on all spectrums. So I'm super excited about that. Just to share some things that I'm learning about myself. Fun fact, I truly think I was made for this, okay? When I was, I don't know, like 6, 7 years old, my dad had this like, you know, you put it over your shoulder kind of like film thing. Back in the day, the video, what is it called? Video recorder? I don't know. A video recorder, tape recorder. Used to have like they were huge, and they'd have like the VHS in it. My dad had one. I think he had one because he had grocery stores, and he would just like film content for, you know, business. Well, when he closed his grocery store, he just had one that me and my sister would play with. And we would literally set it up. And the way that you would like set it up, you would connect it to the TV, and then you could see yourself on the TV. So we call it, my sister's name is Jessica, one of them at least. We would call it the Sarah and Jessica show. So that is extremely funny to know. I totally forgot about that. I started this, but then when I told my sisters, they brought it up like, oh my God, you were made for this, the Sarah Jessica show. And I'm like, oh my God, totally forgot about that. So I've been filming since I was way itty bitty with cameras and video things. So I do think I'm made for this. I'm learning a lot about myself in this process of like having epiphanies, if you will. But it's really, if I showed y'all a video of me and the jokes that I would make of myself and the things that I would do in these videos, y'all would probably eat it up. But for whatever reason, when I first started my first episode, I was so freaking nervous. I can't even tell you. I'm literally by myself. No one's here. I kicked everyone out. I don't want any distractions. And I was literally having a panic attack. And I don't know why. Don't know why, because even if it was a horrible episode, I didn't have to use it, right? So like, I don't know why it was making me nervous. But as time went on, I definitely feel a lot more comfortable in front of it with my voice, for the most part, because I think I hate my voice, the sound of it. I don't know. And I think everyone can relate to that. They hate to hear their voice play back. They hate to, which is why some people don't even do TikToks or whatever, because they make themselves cringe. But I've learned so much, start to finish, still learning. I have still made so many mistakes, still making mistakes, by the way. I've posted at least 2 videos, if you watch the videos, that have like blurry moments. But I'm a one-man show. I'm just doing this by myself. And so I don't know the mistake is a mistake until after the fact. And I already have so much work to do. This is literally on my spare time. So the little spare time that I have. So I don't have time to go play back, redo, none of that. We just rolling with it, rolling with the punches, rolling with the mistakes. I'll take the constructive criticism, but I am getting better. So there's that. I do love doing this, honestly. I'm just like waiting to be in a space where getting more valuable people to come and talk and just have good conversations. But I do have to say, the one thing I hate, I don't like the word hate, especially after starting with all the love I'm feeling in my heart. The one thing that I don't like, that is probably the most frustrating, is how long making the Reels edits take. And it really doesn't take that long, but I have to watch the whole thing twice. So I watch it for the first round, edit, and then I watch the second round for just Reels. And the Reels are literally only going on TikTok, but it seems like a lot of people love the Reels. So that would probably be the one thing I don't like. Other than that, everything is freaking fun. Like, I'm having fun. If this is all I had to do and I was making bank, I would be coming with so much amazing content value and all the things, because that's how much I truly am enjoying it. I got really heavy again into books, which I fell out of for like maybe 6 months, which is not really healthy for me. Some people hate reading. I get it. I used to hate reading. I don't know how I fell in love with reading. Don't know what happened. Maybe it's just, it does something for me. It keeps my soul positive and my mind growing. And then it allows me to help other people. If I see someone struggling, or if I see, someone just needing advice or someone to freaking listen to, I don't know. It just helps me. So that's another good thing about this that I've learned about me, is just like, it's put me into the books. I'm reading books. My mind is growing. I'm becoming a chatterbox. Oh, and let me turn this on silent. Oh, new phone. Turning it on silent is new. And I don't know how to do this. So guess we won't do silent. So just a few things in review of what I'm experiencing since we made it to episode 11, the things that I don't love, but overall, you guys, I'm happy to be doing this. I need to add, I love getting feedback. I don't care if it's negative. I don't care if it's positive. I love getting feedback because I don't know what I don't know. Like, I may think something may be amazing, but everyone has different perspectives. So I think when you can share your point of view on what you see and what you hear, helps me be better, helps me be creative, because yes, this is my show, but like it's our show. And so like I want this to be amazing for y'all. I want you to be excited to listen to the next one and the next. So I love the feedback. I thrive on the feedback. So anytime you can send me a message right on the button that I just shared with you, anything, I want to hear about it. There was several people who told me whenever I have a guest, they sound so far away. I don't know. I guess a mic in their face feels awkward because I don't know why. They just like, I tell them, I set them up, I put them there, and then they kind of like, scared of it. So, but again, we're working through it. Love the feedback. Don't let it stop. And which brings me to the next thing that I want to talk about, which is wild confessions. I love getting wild confessions. Some of these wild confessions have been pretty crazy, but I guess that's the point of a wild confession. I do want to revisit the 2 truths and a lie on, I don't know, it's like maybe 3 episodes ago. It was episode 8. 2 truths and a lie. So just to review, there was one where a girl masturbated every single day. There was one where a girl, obviously these are all girls because I think the Southern Unscripted gang is 85% girls, which I love that because we can relate, right? The second one was a girl who likes to smell her farts. And then there was another girl who created this injury at work to skip out on a date. So the lie was the girl that made an injury at work to skip out on a date. That was a complete bullshit lie that me and Chat came up with. The 2 truths were the one who likes to smell her farts and the one who masturbates, which is even crazier to think. But yeah, those were true. Real life stuff. But I again, I'm going to tell y'all, send in on the little button. We're going to talk about this little button till the end of this episode. Send on the little button the wild confessions that you would like to share. I will share them anonymously. I take these to the grave. I will never tell anyone. I haven't told anyone anybody's business. This is literally just for fun. So make sure that you send those in. I think I did have someone, like one person, guess that 2 truths and a lie correctly. All right. And then another thing, I probably should have touched on this a second ago, but we're going to go back to it, just about, sharing love and kindness. I have done many, courses. I've hired life coaches. I've worked with Tony Robbins' team for a year. It's embarrassing to say how much I spent on that. But when I tell you, those were some of the best investments in my life. And they've all had some pretty consistent tips. Consistent? Yeah. They all had some pretty consistent tips on how you can kind of shift your mind, especially if you carry anger. And like, you may seem like a happy person, but if you notice like you're in your house and your kids frustrate you so quickly and you get frazzled when you're trying to put something together and you just want to curse everyone out, like then you need to work on that. But some ways that you can like start projecting kindness and love are so simple. And one is like compliment strangers. This is so huge. This is so huge for me. About a year and a half ago, whenever I went into a very low season of mine, I was so broken and hurt that I couldn't even compliment someone. I couldn't. I've always been someone who will hold the door open for someone, but like I was just struggling so bad that those things didn't even come to me naturally. And like they were a thing that was part of me. I was always like, when I had my shop, if a girl came in, I was always telling her I loved her nails, even if they were ugly, lime green, like funky. I was going to gas her up and tell her, oh my God, I love your nails, da, 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 because it was just a part of me. And you know what? Like, I don't know what that person's going through. And something as simple as that could literally change the trajectory of her day. Okay. So to be at a low place, I wasn't even able to do that. And I didn't realize that I wasn't able to do it just because of everything that I was going through until I came out of it. And I'm like talking to people at the gas station and I'm holding the doors open and I'm like, oh my God, I'm back. Like I feel it. Like I'm back. I told a girl today at the gym that I loved her shoes. Really loved her shoes. They were pretty sick. Told a girl the other day getting ready in the locker room, I loved her jeans. Where are they from? Zara. Love Zara. Don't know the girl's name. We never exchanged names. Like it goes a long way. Just being kind for no reason. I love when someone compliments me on something, especially funny story. I love fashion and I love to wear crazy things. I bought these barrel jeans. And if you're a girl, you know what barrel jeans are. They look freaking weird, but there's something about them that looks cool, right? And you can make them look cool. So I bought a pair of barrel jeans. I'll put them on. I love them because I'm like, for the fashion that it is, I'm like, it's giving exactly what I was looking for in barrel jeans. My husband, first thing he says, and excuse my language, but he's like, that's the ugliest fucking jeans you ever wore. He doesn't get fashion. So I just laugh. Like, I think it's hysterical whenever, he can't even help it, but he would only do that to me. He's not gonna, like, he's just blunt about certain things. But my point in saying this is I like to wear things that aggravate the crap out of him in public because he doesn't want me to wear those things because he doesn't like them, but I'm going to wear them anyways. He's not going to tell me what I can and can't wear. So I love when I'm with him wearing the thing that he's like, that shit is so ugly. And someone goes out of their way to be like, oh my God, I love this outfit. This is so good. I'll just look back at him like, you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're talking about. I love it. But it makes me feel good. It makes me feel good when somebody gives me a compliment, even if they're bullshitting me. Like, I don't care. It doesn't matter. It just makes me feel good. Other ways are like supporting small businesses. I'm in this networking group, and which I'm sure you've heard me say before, but the women in there are always so nice and so supportive. Honestly, I'm probably still pushing where I am in this podcast because of them. They may be the only women that are listening to my podcast, to be honest. But I am so grateful for them. They're just so supportive. Anytime something may happen, like someone could have a dog going in surgery, and the women will rally and we'll all put in a couple dollars and get them flowers. It doesn't matter, like whatever's going on in another woman's life, like everyone in this group is so supportive, which I think every woman in this group can say that they love being a part of this group because you feel the love. It's almost like a safe place, right? Because the world is so mean, because the world can be just this angry ball of fire. And it's like this one space, you feel safe, you feel loved, you feel supported. Like nothing can go wrong in this space, right? Find you a space like that. If you don't, if you're here in Texas, I have some groups. Well, I don't think all the groups are like us. We're just the best. What can I say? But I think it's important to find your people. When you find your people and you find those, energy is contagious. You are who you hang around. I don't know if your mama ever told you that, but you are who you hang around. When you're around kindness, you become kind. When you're around mean, angry people, the next thing you know, you're going to become this mean, angry person. So I encourage you to check your environment. Take a roll call. What's happening here? If you have a friend that is just a freaking ball of gossip and wants to tell you somebody else's business all the time, I need to let you know this person has to go. You need to let him go. I know y'all could have been friends 25 years. I get it. Have a conversation and say, hey, this needs to end, or, start slowly pulling yourself away from them. Because I can promise you this. If they're coming to you with somebody else's gossip all the time, the second you tell them your business, they're going to someone else with your business. Don't feel safe there. I can tell you that. It's just not good. Another thing that has been filling my heart with love, which can help you project more love, is like volunteering. You can donate, but I feel like I'm a hands-on person. I always have been. I like to be there and give a helping hand and do whatever I can. My crew, we are heavy in volunteering, and it's so rewarding. Like, you just need to take a couple hours of your day, go do something good for the community. We've been partnering with Thrive. We just did an expo, and I volunteered in a couple stations. They had pictures they could take with Bluey, or they had a sensory room, and I just kind of monitored the room. But it was such a good event, and I left we couldn't have partnered with anybody better this year. It makes me feel good to know that this is who we're raising money for. Again, energy is contagious. I'm around all these amazing people who are doing amazing things. It makes me want to be just as amazing. It's so inspiring. What can I do to help? How can I be better? And then the social media, you got to give grace. And I know I kind of said this earlier, but when emotions are high, all the crap that was happening the last 2 weeks between the shooting of Charlie Kirk, the shooting in the school, the poor girl on the train, the Russian, it's just emotions are high in the world, and everybody wants to just say something. They all feel the need to say. People you forgot were even on social media because they don't post at all, were posting. And it just goes to show how much all these things have affected people, whether it was a negative effect or a positive effect. It doesn't matter. It's done something to someone. It's stirred them up enough to say something. Even I never speak. I just tried to speak on love, but I even commented in a place that I probably shouldn't commented. I was so regretful, and I don't think that I said anything bad. Again, I was coming from a place of love, just trying to say two wrongs don't make a right. If someone is saying something mean, it doesn't give you the right to go be mean to that person. That's not being a bold person at all. And I don't think those people realize how cuckoo it makes them look. That's not the right thing to do. So I say give grace. if I didn't have to work on social media and like promote my businesses, I would have deleted Facebook that week. Oh God. And I've always hated Facebook. I don't know what it is about Facebook. It's like, it's the old mamas. Sorry, mom. It's like the old people on Facebook. They are the ones who go and stir the pot and talk about Patricia's aunt niece's sister did this, and can you believe what she said on Facebook? I've always hated Facebook, but for whatever reason, everyone is on Facebook. I don't get it. I don't know why. But you do need to be more positive. You guys, I don't know how to turn the 17 Pro Max silent, because it's not like a switch up and down. So I'm sorry you're hearing this. It's a button. And they said you just press it. But I don't know what's happening, guys. We're going to have to Google that. Okay. I think that's pretty much all we're covering today. It's probably going to be a short one. Just trying to touch base with you guys. I wanted to reflect. I did want to share those things in my heart. I did not mean to cry today. But the truth is, the biggest thing that I can share, which I hope this gives me the courage to be more vulnerable and open up more about me on who I used to be versus who I am now. I feel like I'm qualified to speak on these things because I can tell you that I was that Karen. I used to be such an angry person. I was the person that was going to fight with people. Like, I'm willing to throw hands. I've gotten in many fights. Not proud of it. These are things I'm shameful of. And that's maybe why I haven't shared them yet, because I'm very shameful of the things that I have done in my life. But the positive thing about it is, like, I have healed from all of these decisions and shortcomings in my life, that all I have to give now is love. I love every single human being. My most recent life coach has taught me to stay so neutral in every situation. Like, I'm not going to pick sides. I always try to put myself in someone else's shoes, whether they are angry, whether they are upset, sad, or happy. I always just try to put myself in that place and think, how would it make me feel, or what would it be like? And I'm so grateful that I've been able to land in a place of feeling so neutral, of understanding, if I have someone be mean to me, I've heard someone talk about me and I'm like, well, it's maybe just because, that's a projection of like how she was raised, or, I'll hear some people just talk so much crap on their mom. And I'm like, they don't even realize how much they're like their mom. I've just been able to be more compassionate and understanding of people in their positions. And the people who are following me and listening and know the person that I used to be, they know exactly what I'm talking about, because you guys, I have been through it. I hope that I can talk about this sooner than later, just to kind of dig deep so you can understand some of the horrific things that I've done and just horrible person and human that I've been, and how I've been able to mold myself and polish myself into this new being that has nothing but compassion and love. I could speak on these things, right? I see a friend, I even apologized to her, and her version of an apology back was not what I would have done, but it just goes to show how much anger someone has, or not necessarily anger, but like pain that they carry. And that pain comes from their childhood, the way they were raised, and I'm able to be more understanding of that than telling them to fuck off. You know what I mean? There's so many people that just want to say screw you, blah, 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 blah. But I just want to encourage y'all to be more compassionate, more loving. And if you don't know how to do that, then you're probably going to hear me say this 1,000 times. Pick up a book. Pick up a book. There's so many good books. The Four Agreements, the 12 Pillars, Let Them. Mel Robbins is my new favorite human being in the whole world. And she's so good. She is even feeding my neutral state of like learning how to be neutral and just more understanding. If someone is angry and they're not angry at me, they're angry, it's a reflection of them and how they feel about them. And it's like Mel Robbins, Let Them. You have to read it. Let me open my books to tell y'all some good books. Audible. I like a good book in bed, but Audible. I'm reading one right now called No Death, No Fear, Comforting Wisdom for Life. But that's on a deep level of like life. And if you are a beginner, you do not need to read that right now. The book that I first started that changed my life and made me have epiphanies of like, okay, there's more in life that I want was You're a Badass at Making Money. Don't know why. Read it 3 times since. Unfuck Yourself. Very good book by Gary John Bishop. Louis Hay is also another amazing author. And I think she travels the world like helping people. You Can Heal Your Life. So good. Outwitting the Devil, another good one. Atomic Habits, if you need to find, ways of habits. Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. Oh my God, the first chapter had me crying. So good. Now, I love David Goggins because he's more of a like, no bullshit. Like just do what you, what am I trying to say? Say what you mean and mean what you say. Don't say you're going to go run and then you never go run. Like he's just like, and he curses. I love someone who's cursing at me because I have the undivided attention. Like he means business. Those are just a few to start. Like I have a freaking arsenal of books. Okay. Arsenal. But that's just a great place to start. If you feel like you need something, you're missing something, you've just been feeling yucky. And then the other thing I would say is, God, try to go to church. I have fought this battle of being in a relationship with God probably my whole life. I go to church and then I quit going for years. And then I'll pop in again, feel good. I'll go a couple times and then I'll stop. I've been doing this all my life. Like, so don't knock it till you try it, I'm in a very consistent place where I go to church every single Sunday and I still am being hard on myself. Like I'm not close to God, especially after that woman spoke and made me realize like I have a lot of work to do on myself. But what's good about this is like, I'm looking at myself. What can I do to be better? Because I'm only worried about me. I don't care what any of y'all are doing. I mean, I really don't. I love y'all and thank y'all for supporting me. But like, I have to focus on me and being better with me. But anyways, I'm going to wrap it up. I want you to write in, click the button. Tell me your favorite episode so far. That way I can know what you're looking at. Wild confession submissions, send those in. I want to hear the wild shit you done. I guess I should maybe make an episode of all the wild things that I've done since we were just talking about how horrible of a person I've been. I've got an arsenal of that as well. And maybe let's shift gears a bit and write in some things you've done recently that have shared kindness, some things that you have went out of your way, because you can't tell me that you've done something kind for someone and it made you feel bad about yourself. No, it makes you feel good about yourself. It really is rewarding. You can walk out with your chest like, man, I just did that. My husband will help somebody on the side of the road. He is so kind though. Like I can go on a tangent about that, but he's always willing to give a helping hand to any stranger. He gets that from his parents because his parents are genuinely the most perfect angels on earth. And oh my God, it's going to make me cry too. He gets that from them. And I think that could be inspiring too, if you just share some of the kind things you've done rather than the wild things you've done. I mean, we've all done things, right? You choose which one you want to share, the good or the bad. I'll take them both. Okay. And again, thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for being supportive. Thank you for rooting me on. I want to give a shout out to my beta sisters, my networking group that I'm in. They encourage me every single day. They're all baddies who have huge hearts, and you are who you hang around. And so I look forward to our meeting every single Tuesday morning, because they fill my cup. I could be having the worst day and I'll leave. Like, not the worst day because it's the start of my day. Gosh, I hope the day's not that bad, but I could be in a funk, and I can go and just feel happier when I leave. So shout out to them if they're listening, and continue to share the podcast with people. Continue to give me all your feedback, the good, the bad, the ugly. I want to hear it. I want to be better. And the only way that I can get better is from your feedback. I don't know what I don't know, right? So please share that with me. And make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel download the Spotify, the podcast. And thank you again for the love and support. I genuinely love all of you guys. I have to say real quick, I love how this has reconnected me with all my customers. I have so many customers back home from my stores, and one of the favorite things that I loved about that was just being able to talk to them every day. The conversations we had were so good. And that was the one thing that I missed. The one thing that I missed so much was just the people and the conversations. And the beautiful thing about this podcast is that it has brought those people back into my life. They text me when they're listening, so many of them. And we've reconnected just through this, and that has brought me so much joy. So shout out to all my customers who support me from all the way from Louisiana when we had stores to this. I'm so grateful for that. And until next time, see you later.